YouTube. I just gotta post the link. This isn't the live one. This is the live one. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's pick up from where we stopped. Okay, we're back here. Thank God I didn't apply any buffs yet, otherwise I would have consumed it already. Poison is actually a real thing here, which is kind of annoying. We're gonna ditch this and this and this. We're gonna need some antidotes. Oh, and we want to buff with Blessed Page. Just because. Can actually keep him stun locked, I think. We'll see. I take a few hits against this guy, though. That wasn't fun. So I get an extra 10% in terms of salt because I have the grasping ring equipped. Lets me gouge even more points into shit now. God, I didn't even need the buff, I guess. We will be de-equipping this, though, for a while. I don't want to have too many covenants with the stone moss guys because I don't like the I don't like what I get out of them. I may have to go back. Then I will request forgiveness. Having a little song and dance session in the room. Yeah, I always get lost whenever I have to find the bloated monstrosity. I keep forgetting where he is. Okay, it's not here. Here we go. So she forgives sin. Now sin is when you go apostate and abandon your previous covenant. Now I can take the oath with a new one. Going apostate doesn't make them hostile. Which is good. They only go hostile if you use a stained page on one of the sanctuaries. off to kill the Kraken Cyclops now. These guys are pretty tricky. You gotta make sure you kill them in one hit, otherwise they can gang up on you. I'm just gonna open the shortcut elevator. You can take on the boss from here. Okay, now we're good. Replace this with stain page. Here again. Awesome, Sir Paul. Yeah, you're just about to see the murder of this guy. Strength build OP. Yeah, Woe is right, bro. This is like the most OP build ever, but only for the early game. It's still tough later on. Hey Raven, my daughter is here. There's nothing really that we need at the end of that hall. Everything just dies in one hit. We're gonna go get the sanctuary here. Ideally, you're not supposed to be this powerful this early in the game. I guess that goes without saying. So that ring that I just got is essential for mage builds. Yeah, no dex specs. Actually, dex isn't as bad in this game as you might think. It's just that strength outclasses it way, way, way too much. Way different in terms of like build quality and all that. So I'm just gonna get my strength up to 34 before I start investing into faith. Where are the great hammers? I don't really need this. I need great hammers. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there. So we have to invest a little bit in endurance, I guess. Which is okay. I don't mind. Stamina too, because we need to swing our weapon around a lot. We're almost there. I can actually go take on the worm at this point, but I feel I need a little bit more in terms of attack power. There's another boss we are about to destroy, the False Jester. We're going to want to get a ring here, though, the plated ring. Crystal Sphere lets us change whatever covenant is in a specific place. There's a nice hammer that we're gonna need. It's down here. Yeah. It's the only great hammer in the game, I think. So, well, the only vanilla great hammer. So if you're gonna transpose into a great hammer, you are definitely gonna need to pick that up. everything out because I don't want to have to come back later. Go fight this guy now. Oh, fucker. Love for the late night gamers. Fortnite. Most of the stuff here is inconsequential, really. Nothing that you absolutely need. But you do need the brand from here. This guy. Okay, there we go. Huh. What are you vaping on this late night session? Some 50 mg salt nicotine. Good stuff. Actually, sir, it's afternoon here in the Philippines. I'm guessing you're one of my friends from another country. No! Forgot about that. Now we have to take on the worm. Whereabouts from, sir? Welcome to the sweltering heat of the fucking Philippines. Okay, now we can actually take on... No, I don't want to. Callie! Oh, we were there just recently. We were at ECC. Picked up some pods, the Soren Air and the My Pod. Pretty fun stuff. Keeps me company while I'm dicking around with a game. Let's pick up some stained pages. I pick up a few stained pages because they seem to work amazingly well against specific bosses. Specifically the one we're about to take on next. So I want to have a go with that guy. So we can finally make it to the Red Hall of Cages. I don't want to be upside down. sure where you're from. I have a channel I'm working on growing, so I've been watching a lot of smaller channels. Yeah, I actually had this channel for vaping way back. It was sometime I was active in about 2013, I think it was, or 14. But I really haven't gotten around to updating any more vaping content. I work for Vicious Ant now, though. I work for them as the sales and marketing guy. So if you're familiar with the brand, yeah, that's us. Hey, time to take on the dragon. I do die to the dragon often, though. Well, what's the name of your channel so that, you know, I can throw you a sub once I'm done playing. Work for who? I didn't. Oh, you didn't hear it. Yeah, sorry. I don't have any Fortnite vids. Those are actually Dark Souls videos. The company's name is Vicious Ant. So I work for them as the sales and marketing guy. Doesn't sound like a very flattering title, but it's actually a pretty fun gig. Okay, now we are about to fight the dragon, so I am going to need to ditch this in favor of this and put on this just because. The dragon isn't all that difficult. He can be annoying. If you run out of stamina, you're pretty screwed, so. Now, I did say that he's optional in a sense, but I need to kill him, yeah. I need to kill him for the salt, and also because I need the merchant to move to his usual spot. I can actually just go all the way to the Red Hall of Cages now. I've never heard of them. Maybe I'll check out some of your stuff. That one tattooed guy. Yeah, you know, whatever works for you, right? I'm sure you'll make good, man. Don't worry. I'll check it out later. Oh god, no. Little shit. So this is when this is the point in the game where the Shrouded Bulwark is no longer quite as OP as people might give it credit for. Nowhere near. Split Swordsman here. That guy's somebody we can actually farm later on for an upgrade item that we're going to need. beggar is back. He sells some stuff that we can actually use for upgrades too. So at this point in the game, it's relatively easy to get a plus 4. Now we're going to do the Red Hall of Cages. I guess I should have stopped by the sanctuary first, but there's a relatively nearby sanctuary anyway. Now this part of the game has a very annoying boss that I'm not particularly fond of fighting. The Tree of Man, I generally lose a lot of gold and a lot of salt to them. The salt is real. A lot of the enemies here will just die in one hit to this weapon though, which is good. This guy takes 2. Not far enough. I love how this game follows the spirit of... Yes, actually it gets Dark Souls better than Dark Souls, bro. It's a really fun game. It follows the spirit of the Souls games in being an absolute cunt to almost everyone. It's such a challenging game. Especially when you play it for the first time and you try to do a blind playthrough, it's just so much fun. I don't remember having this much fun with any other game. It combines 2 of my favorites, you know, Castlevania and Dark Souls, and a little bit of the Mega Man platforming too. Ah, Sanctuary. Now, this area is still closed off. We can't really go anywhere yet there. We can actually go to the Dome of the Forgotten and get some real farming done if you want to go OP, like super OP, but kind of takes fun out of the game if we go that far in. So, yeah. Now we're at 34 strength legit, we can start investing in faith. Because faith is, I heard, pretty fun. Or we could go magic. There's some strength and magic weapons there. Strength dex isn't as viable as it is in Dark Souls, to be perfectly honest. Hey, Anna Banana, what's back? Those guys have deceptively long reach, it's annoying. We don't want to go here yet. Oh, yeah, we do, because that opens a shortcut, but let me get a few items here. Beware of trap. Can't remember what's this way. Oh, yeah, the shortcut going back to the Red Hall of Cages. Through the Sunken Keep, yeah. Now I remember. Well, that's not where we want to go. We want to be somewhere else. Reminds me, yes, exactly, Castlevania, that's it. That's why I love the game, you know, I was a huge Castlevania fan back then. I wasn't any good at it though, but you know, that's why I enjoyed Symphony of the Night, because it was level based, so you didn't have to be good. You just had to grind, and you'd be okay. Yeah. Now this part is tricky because you gotta kill these guys before they grab you. Now this part of the game penalizes you if you rush, because you're gonna fall to your death. You can actually farm these guys for a nice drop. Now I have the Tachi. Sir Paul, this is the weapon I was telling you about, the Tachi. The really sick katana in the game. It's an evil, evil weapon. Useless against armored stuff, but my god, the attack speed on it is just insane. We can actually go to the Dome of the Forgotten now, which I'm gonna do. We can do Red Hall of Cages later. Oh, the Dome of the Forgotten is also home to a very familiar face for Dark Souls fans. Yes, I am gonna spoil it for you guys. Oh, this thing's sealed off, yeah. Very familiar face. You will see what I mean in just a bit. This guy. Yep, the game has mimics. That's how fucked up this game is. Is your character like a skeleton? No, it's actually a human, supposedly. He's bald and bearded like me, but I haven't really equipped anything. I'm kind of playing it like how I play Dark Souls, with minimal armor, investing everything into attack stats and shit. So here I will place a leader and a guide, because I want to benefit from the drop rate increase. No fire enemies, so I'm going back to the Kismet Ring. Mimics, yep. That guy got me good though. I wasn't expecting there to be a mimic in this fucking game, but yeah, there was one. And we're also gonna want a blacksmith here. So these guys, they serve as merchants, but they also have a passive effect that you can see on the lower left of the screen near the HUD, next to where my salt and my other stuff are indicated. This is actually a pretty good grinding spot early game if you're tough enough to take on these guys. Those are invisible enemies. This is actually supposed to be a mid-game area, but given the skips that I'm familiar with already, now this is the tricky part. Actually a boss that we are about to fight, who is a little difficult, but I wouldn't say he's all that tough. But he can inflict a significant amount of damage, so some kind of armor would be nice. Right now I don't have much else, but I guess I just put up with it. Yeah, no worries, Anna. Melt this guy again. He's pretty tough though, because he does a lot of damage. But then so do I. Oh. So while we're already here, we might as well open everything that needs to be opened. There's an invisible bitch here. There are items to see those enemies, by the way. I just de-equipped it. You can actually use one of these. It's called the file, which I think is supposed to be like an archaic spelling of file. So that you can see them. Those blue mist things, we'll get to that in a bit. Now we can go take on the next boss, but I don't really want to do that right now. We aren't going to do that yet. Going to the right takes you to the next boss. Can't remember if this was a mimic or not. Oh, Predator. Okay. Next boss is a bit of a twat, a strong one too. The game is pretty short if you already know where to go and shit, but you know, it's not easy, that's for sure. Oh, we have 10 levels to spend. Wow, where am I gonna spend it? Honestly, this is pretty much it. I can probably complete the game at this level, but I need more points and more shit because I want to like go pure strength and then get some points into faith. But I want to be able to use faith early because miracles are supposedly pretty fun, allegedly. So let's try that since we're already at the cap for strength anyway. Let's get some points into wisdom. Watching this while cooking. Okay, so we should be pretty okay now. Now we're gonna take on that bitch of a boss. You can actually farm this area for shit, yeah? Did I get the golden stone ring? I did, good. we're gonna take on the area boss now. The area boss isn't all that tough, he's just challenging. He is weak to slash though. So I will be getting some of that. He's resistant to strike damage, which I hope my weapon doesn't do. It needs a sword, for Christ's sake. I wouldn't say he's difficult. I equipped the ring that gives bolt resistance, because this guy has, well, he does bolt damage. So I think I want to use one of my war horns. Yeah, we're going to want to use a war horn. Third lamb. Supposed to be some kind of griffin or chimera or something, I guess. Oh god, no. I know. It isn't. I don't even know where the fuck the name came from. It's so stupid. There we go. Now we can actually make it to one of the grindiest spots in the game. And it's just back the way we came. That's the best part. We're gonna go to one of the grindiest areas in the game and have some fun with it. Because we're gonna get the fuck out of this place now. Actually, this place in itself is one of the grindiest spots in the game. In some more faith. I'm gonna need a lot more stamina. Another healing potion wouldn't hurt either. We can do that later. Okay, time to go to the other grindy spot in the game so that we can get a weapon up to plus 7 right away. Too bad Sir Merle isn't here. I kinda did the run with him in mind. Yeah, I thought so too. I was kind of hoping he would be. So this is a totally optional area. It's called Mal's Fortress. Mal's Floating Fortress or something like that. Yeah, there. So this is one of the grindiest spots in the game, but you need balls. No, you need a hammer. Because the guy that we're gonna farm here is pretty bitchin'. So we want a leader and a guide again. Blacksmith wouldn't hurt either, but not really necessary at this point. The guy that we're going to be farming is considerably stronger than most of the enemies in the game. Because this is an endgame area and he's an endgame enemy, he drops a considerable amount of echoes. Salt, rather. This guy. That's what I meant. He gives 6,000 though. Now with a hammer, he dies a lot faster. And most of the chests in this area are mimics. I think all of them in this castle are mimics. Just can't remember exactly. So yeah, Sir Paul, this playthrough gets you to an endgame area in about an hour and a half, and you can start farming that guy because he drops the items needed to upgrade into plus 7, plus 6 and up actually. You know what? I think I'm gonna put a blacksmith here because he gives an attack bonus. Yeah, we want a warhammer. Oh, but wait a sec. I'm gonna farm a little bit so that I can. Yeah, I'm gonna farm a bit so that I can get the item that I normally use to smack the fuck out of that enemy. It's a boss weapon called the Obsidian Pillar. Oh yeah, this guy also sells boss armor if that's your cup of tea. Ah. 5 of those. 6 of these. A lot of these. Because most enemies in the game are weak to arcane anyway. Now, what we are going to do is go horn our way back to Mal's Floating Castle. Because we want to upgrade our Warhammer. is we're going to transpose it. I'm going to transpose it into the obsidian pillar in a while. Now the Lord's Order, that guy also drops it, so we're gonna want that. There we go, Alchemist. Transmute. Oh shit. I don't have the Guardian Ashes yet, damn it. So we are gonna go grind a little bit. So back to the Castle of Storms. Those armor guys actually drop it, so I want another guide here. I don't need the salt bonus for them though. So yeah, it's those guys I need to farm. Wow. This thing's pretty sick too. It's just that the obsidian pillar has higher base damage. Then I can just foreign my way back. This might take a while, so Sir Paul, if you're still there, I hope you don't get bored to death. I just need him to drop his ashes. Because what we're going to be crafting is that weapon that he's using right now. Damn it. Takes a while. But it's a damn good weapon. Especially for grinding that guy. God damn it. Ember Idol, good. What the fuck, man? Yeah, so as soon as I get that, I'm just gonna transpose, and it should be pretty okay. This takes so goddamn long. And it's just because I want to smash this guy. the F, bro? Well, at least I'm making some nice salt returns as well. He just won't drop it. God damn it. Oh, my drop rate's pretty low. No wonder. What else can I pump it into? Class 3 cleric. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Won't drop it. This isn't funny at all. Seryoso ba? No. How rare of a drop is it? Like, there we go. Cunt. Finally. Oh, Gertie, I can't wield it. Great. Can't even use the goddamn thing. How much more do I need, though, to use it? It's a class 3. Oh, fuck. Need 5 more levels to use it. That's bad. I think I done fucked up. Okay, so basically what we're going to want to do is just farm enough so that I can wield that goddamn thing. He gives 6k, so it's roughly 2 kills per level. And a shitload of these stained pages. Are you going where? Oh, hi, Sir Merle. It's, this is a strength and wisdom build. So, primarily strength. I'm kind of branching into wisdom now, but I need to hit at least class 3 Great Hammer for this particular build. Levels, so probably going to be doing this maybe about 7-8 more times. So Merle, I showed a lot of skips in this playthrough, so this is actually an end game area, but I've only been playing for about 2 hours. Gold isn't really that big of a concern in the game. It's the grinding for salt that pisses me off. That's why I'm using my pages and all that other shit like there's no tomorrow. Especially once we get the obsidian pillar, it's just obscene. I could probably get to level, what, maybe 80 before I even go anywhere else. So if you're going for a pure strength focus, this is probably the best route to take. Only requires that you kill about 5 bosses. Oh, and farming this guy is a good idea because he actually drops the item that you need to max out most weapons. He drops a King's Order, he also drops a Shimmering Pearl, which you're going to need if you want to level up. Or transmute, like the class 5 boss weapons. Drop rates are good, but, well, they aren't great, but it's not like they're crap, I mean, if you know what I mean. So we're going to want to level into hammers. It's buffed, Sir Merle. Stain page, so it adds arcane. The thing about buffs in this game is they're really, I don't think they did enough balance testing with it, because buffs in this game, using items like that, you actually get, what it does, it adds AR equal to whatever the base AR of your weapon is. So what you're going to want to buff will be weapons with high base damage, and scaling is negligible, because it effectively doubles the AR of the weapon. So yeah, that's how unbalanced strength builds in this game are. So right now what you're seeing is a character that's only moving into, what, 40 strength at this point. I'm gonna two-hand show you the difference. So this weapon's called the Obsidian Pillar. It has, I think, the highest base damage in the game. So when buffed with a stained page, and I have Crypt Keeper Ashes, so now I can actually create the next weapon to this, which is the Bone Crusher. Total playtime, Sir Merle, is about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So yeah, it's pretty sick. That's buffed with the Arcane, and this is an end game area. Yeah, 3 hits. I think it's 4 without the buff. 6 pala without the buff. Wow. They're dropping a lot of Lord's Orders. Which is good, because I'm gonna need that for leveling up the Jaws of Death. I'm almost at the point in the game where I can farm it. Farm for it, rather. And this guy also drops the King's Orders, so in theory, after about 6 or 7 bosses, I can already have a maxed out strength weapon. So this is the best farming spot for Salt late game. All you need will be to kill at least the 3rd lamb, so what, 5 or 6 bosses. And they're pretty generous with gold too. King's Orders so that when I get the Jaws of Death, that's pretty much it. Plus 7, maybe. Wait, I think I did get a King's Orders already. Oh no, I didn't. Takes a while. The drop rate is, I think, 10%, so it's not exactly the greatest drop rate, but by the time you get it, you're pretty decently leveled already. Ooh, Shimmering Pearl. Now that's one of the rarest items because it lets you create the class 5 weapons. every time you die, you lose, I think, 10% of whatever gold you have on hand. So if like right now I'm at 93,000, I'll lose 9,300 if I die, so... I just need the king's orders. And then I'm going to progress into the story already. Using the bulwark. So I can create the jaws of death. There, ah, damn it, it's king's. I need king's orders, not lord's orders. Ashes, but I don't really need it. I'm keeping the obsidian pillar, that's it. I need the king's orders. Fucking cunt. Orders. Guess I just want to wreck everything. I'm gonna have a shit ton of Lord's orders before I even get the King's one. God. No King's order for a naked bald guy like you. I know, bro, it's so goddamn annoying. Maybe the game detected that I used all sorts of skips and exploits to get here. Puta naman. Really? it shouldn't take more than like 10 minutes. If it takes more than 10-15 minutes, I'm getting the fuck out of here. King's orders, damn it. My vape's low on battery, god damn it. I think it's endurance. I think it was endurance. Normally a strength build should have a lot of that. I don't. Well, you know, the good thing about what I'm doing is passively I'm also leveling. You know, I'm grinding for a specific item, but passively I'm also gaining levels because he's giving 6,000 per kill. It takes me about 12,000 to level up each stat at this point. So once I hit like a decent amount of faith, or wisdom rather, I'm gonna go and put some into stamina so I can swing my weapon around more. This is gonna be like a great sword and prayer build. I've never tried prayers. Even in Souls games, I'm not really a big fan of faith. Yeah, it's not exactly my go-to stat. But Lord's orders na naman, yun totoo. Hey, honey. What you doing? It's called Salt and Sanctuary. It's kind of like Dark Souls. Yeah. Lord's orders again. No. I'm just leveling up, honey. So that my character is stronger. My daughter's asking me questions about what I'm doing with my character. Now I'm asking myself the same thing. Bloodborne. I don't want to make friends with him. By the time I get the Lord's or the King's Order, it's not even going to be fun playing the game anymore because my level's going to be too high. But it just goes to show you can get this OP with very minimal investment. In time, at least. So what, I've been playing, what, 2.5 hours now? Maybe? And I'm already at level 70. After having killed about 6 or 7 bosses only. In fact, I'm going to carry on with the game at this point. It's to level a specific covenant, you need ashes. No, not. It depends. Like for the Order of the Betrayer covenant, you need expunged hearts. So it varies from covenant to covenant, but mostly yeah, ashes. Like specific ashes from specific enemies, or ears. Sometimes it asks for ears or whatever, but they're mostly remains from mobs. You just have to kill mobs, basically. sad thing is, there's a specific upgrade item to max out a weapon that you can only get one of in the game. Well, two if you're able to kill the unspeakable deep, if you're good enough, but that's a bit challenging. Lord Sorgers. Ah, God. On my other character, I think I have like 6 King's Orders. What the fuck? Yeah, finally. Damn it. Finally. Now I'm going to branch out into... Well, I'm going to want other stats. I think I want some endurance. I want to wear some armor. But I only want to wear light shit, because... you know... Do I want whips or daggers? Armor might be a better idea at this point. Hey, honey. Okay, so time to get on with the game. Which one? Oh, I kinda changed it, honey. What's that? Oh, yeah, you can watch it in the room. This is also what you're gonna see. I'm doing the same thing. Oh crap. See you, monkey. These guys also drop Lord's Orders. That's okay, sir. Those enemies are pretty strong if they gang up on you. Almost at the area boss. If I'm not mistaken, this place is still sealed off. Yep, it is. Can gang up on you here, so it's always best to just play safe. Now I can join this creed. This creed is a really good one. Because when you level up in the creed, you get some pretty nifty stuff, which we're going to take advantage of real quick. I'm going to go to one of these ones that we converted. And we're going to use a crystal sphere. Convert it. This. Now, golden wine is a really sick item because it doubles the gold that you earn, it doubles your attack power, and halves your damage. So now, I am level 72, legit OP as fuck. And I'm about to be able to get probably the most OP greatsword in the game. So, we're making pretty good progress for like a 3-hour game, 3-hour playthrough. Not bad. We might die a lot though, so I think I want to shop around a little bit. Shop a little bit before we progress with the game. rage-inducing boss fights I've ever fought. There is an element of fire damage to it. Oh, fuck. That's what I mean. First death of the game, and I lose a shitload of salt. Yeah. And gold, too. Makes it even worse. Doubles the gold that you get, which is evil. So now Hager's Cavern. Yeah, actually, I think it was based off. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was based off of Legion from Castlevania. God, no. You gotta be kidding me. Oh well. Let's go back. Let's go back to the bulwark. There is an enemy here that I need to farm for his drop, so quick guide. Stone guides improve item drop rates, so that's why I keep dropping them. not optional. It's actually a place you have to legitimately finish. Now those guys are weak against blunt damage, so hammers and stuff like that, but I kinda don't have the ability to use that one-handed. Just opening shortcuts. This is the guy that we need to farm. Can't believe I keep dying. Well, yeah, it is a hard game anyway, so it's fine. Plus, I'm naked. You have to do here. There's a switch you have to pull, and there's a key that you need to get. I'm gonna get that key first. The key is here. See, it's when you're not farming for something that they give it to you freely. there's an optional side quest you can do over there where there's an NPC, and if you have an item called the Red Ear, or Red Lord Ear, something like that, you can give it to her and she sells you shit. And not entirely necessary, but, yeah, it's okay to have. Yeah, like I said, it's not a need. So now we can go back where we were earlier. Now this is the first part where you actually have to do some platforming upside down. So the Vertigo brand that you got earlier, it lets you use those black obelisks, so you can flip yourself upside down. Goal, stand up somewhere here. That guy's a really deadly AoE, so be careful. Battle bindings, good. So before we take on the area boss, I'm going to craft my special weapon. And you will see why I said it is a gay weapon. You're running for what? Where are you running? We'll deal with that later. This is where I need to go. So, make sure your orientation's pretty good. Now if you fall in reverse, and you fall on the ceiling, you die. Now we can take on the area boss. guy who dropped 6,000 salt that we were farming earlier. He's over there, but he's guarding heavy armor, which I don't really need. This just opens up a new shortcut for us for later on. Because we are going to forge. Oh crap. Wasted the war horn, damn it. So we are going to craft a weapon of pain. Weapon called the Jaws of Death. We're gonna need a sword. So we're saying goodbye to the bulwark for now. We're gonna be using this. It outclasses the bulwark in every way. Specifically in stun lock. Of death. We're gonna get it up to +7 already. Okay, goody. So now we have a weapon at +7. Let's cut some hair. Too bad I don't have enough stamina to use it properly. Or do I? I need some stamina, so I want some points in stamina, so where are we? Do you plan on finishing this in one sitting? I can, but we'll see. Because this is the point in the game where it's boss after boss after boss already. time. Sir Paul, you want to see why this build is broken as fuck? There, that's why. Kinda takes the fun out of it. The only disadvantage being I don't have enough stamina to actually spam that attack, but yeah. This is pretty much my loadout until the end of the game. So yeah, strength builds are OP as fuck. Kasi I joined the Covenant that lets me use that item, yung Golden Wine. Golden Wine doubles my attack for about 2 minutes. And this weapon is maxed out, which you're not supposed to have access to at this point in the game. Some of the mobs actually last longer than that boss. Antagal sobra. This area is a bit tricky, mainly because of the poison, but not much else. Once I get my stamina up to a decent level, the game's pretty much a joke. Five hits OP, yes. Sanctuary. After this, the OP-ness can actually begin, because now I get to go to all the difficult areas and start murdering shit. Poison and Rafters sounds like Blighttown, yes. Exactly. A very short Blighttown. If you have the right buffs. Buffs, super short version of Blighttown. I can't really see myself using anything else anymore. Might as well just gouge stamina. Whether to edit my video to absolutely nothing. You're probably gonna end up doing nothing because you're still watching naman. Plus it's a fun watch. We're around halfway through the game. died here way too many times. Not even funny how OP this build is. The mossy ring is the equivalent of the chloranthi ring here. So it improves your stamina regeneration rate. I know, but you know the good thing about this game is that when you advance into New Game Plus, doon na nagiging mahirap. As in, ang laki ng difficulty spike. Way more significant than New Game to New Game Plus sa Dark Souls 3, and even sa Dark Souls 1 and 2. So, time to deal with an optional boss who's actually pretty tough too. Optional boss time. But first we level up. this point, I think. Ito yung sinasabi ni Merle earlier na pag-level up ng Covenant. So you turn in mga collected items and shit, and then you get to choose. Usually it's an additional healing potion or something like that, no? So we're gonna go to Kran's Pass. This is another optional area. I don't think I'm gonna wreck the boss as badly as I wrecked the other guys, but it's still going to be painful for him. Okay. Ronin Kran. It's not even funny. This is a shortcut to an area called Lake something, Siam Lake. Nerf wine, yeah I know, it's so evil. It's like retardedly broken. And to think that you can access it super early, like if you know how to do long jumps, you can get here pretty damn quick. Itchwoods. Totally optional area. If you're a mage build, this is somewhere you're gonna have to explore eventually. There is a boss here though. Can't remember which way nga lang. Here. It's another one of those retardo bosses. Siam Lake. I just can't remember. Oh yeah, this is the one. This is where there's an actual challenge. Now, the boss here is pretty gay. Since Sir Merle, you're watching, I think I might as well show you how to get to the hidden sanctuary, the hidden covenant. So first, basically, you have to use a stain page on. You have to use a stain page on one of the sanctuaries that isn't part of your covenant, or that you aren't a member of, no? And then just follow this little progression of drops. And you'll eventually make your way down there's a drowned tome to the other side, but you can't really see. So yeah, that's how you get here. Actually, if you're up to it, you can actually go for a suicide run. As long as you can super jump at will, and you can grab the drowned tome. But it's pretty hard. I mean, I can try. I'll probably die though. There we go. Drowned tome. So the drowned tome, there's only one of it in-game, unless you kill the intro boss, the Unspeakable Deep. So there. Super jump pro. No, I got lucky, I have to admit, I just got lucky. You know, sometimes pumapalya pa rin eh. Now, this next boss is a bit of a cunt, no? She's really strong, and if you fuck up once, that's pretty much it. No, you're pretty done. So what we're gonna want to do is kill her as quickly as possible. She's weak to holy. And she is a witch. So we are gonna buff and pray we don't die. She's not all that tough, but Oh, and her ashes let you craft the best scepter in the game. So the golden wine helps me survive her attacks. Otherwise I would have been one-shot by most of that. We're actually near the end of the game. Sir Paul, if you're still there, we're pretty near the end of the game. Most of the shit here is optional. Yeah, her attacks are very intimidating kasi they can kill you pretty quick, no? But it's not quite as... she's not quite as tough as she might look initially. I think she can stagger lock. Yes, actually, with my my current loadout, she won't stagger lock you. She'll insta kill you, pretty much. So she's a bit of an insta kill bitch when it comes to that. Now, I encountered a glitch last night that I'm not sure what to make of, no? If you kill the bosses in the order that I did, it actually bypasses a certain event in the game, which you're not supposed to be able to bypass. It gives you a brand that's necessary for you to make it to certain parts of the game, no? So, ang nangyari, there are certain parts of the game that I can't access. So what I figured is, doon sa, when you do that, when you quit out, biglang you have access to all the brands. Well, the last brand at least. The last brand. It's called the Dart brand. And doing the bosses in that order fucks up the game's progression, and it's not as well programmed or open-ended as Dark Souls, no? So doing it in that order kinda locks you and forces you to actually leave the game first, and then biglang you have the brand then. Takes even more hits than the big guy. Make it up there. Mali. Jump thing I was talking about. Wow. It's like a big squid that I don't want to have to fight. Oh fuck. What did it? Oh, went the wrong way. Went the wrong way, damn it. Wrong tube. After this boss fight, it's going to take us to an area called the Cave of the Dead Gods. That's actually where we need to be. I don't want to rest because I don't want to have to fight those guys all over again. Just threw me back to the start, goddammit! Here isn't all that hard, the unskinned. I wish I had a good sense of direction. I guess it's just a matter of getting used to it, sir. It's not quite as tricky as you might think. It can be though. Fuck, that's the enemy I was talking about. Napakahirap patayin. Damn it. I don't want to deal with this guy right now, he's too strong. I don't deal with this guy either. God. I'm back again. Welcome back, sir. Good to have you back. If I fall there, I am going to die. Oh, crap. Too much salt on me for me to die. no. So you notice my health bar is decreasing. That's why I hate the wounding mechanic in this game. It's so fucking retarded. Now it's gonna plop me in the middle of a fucking boss fight. Kung kailan wala na akong health. Cunts. Well, fortune favors the brave. Let's do this. I'm gonna die. Oh, fuck. Eh, wala nang buhay. Ass. Hey, note to self, don't go in naked, boo. I'm not gonna tangle with that little shit anymore. These boxes. Yeah, I'm in my chef's getup now. Make sure that retardo here dies right away. Yeah, end game already. Pretty much. Here is a bit of a cunt though. Actually, I can finish it na. Dalawang boss na lang to eh. Ah, hindi pa. There's a brand that I need to get. forgot I skipped a lot of bosses. I will go back for them though. But this playthrough is basically just to show that it can be done. You can just bypass everything. I'm just gonna exit and see if I already have the brand. Dapat when I load, I have it already. There, see? Now I can air dash. Which means I can actually fight the boss here already. And finish the game. Oh shit. Bobo. Forgot where to go. The next boss is another dragon who has like lightning shit. I'll probably try to do a video guide then on how to get the secret covenant for mages. Nag-edit din si Ana. So there. Normally the dart brand, you're supposed to get that by talking to an NPC after killing a certain boss in one of the areas. But if you make it to this point in the game without killing either of those bosses, the game thinks you already got it, and we'll just give it to you. basically. Which is pretty fucked up actually, but mali. Why did I have my torch out, damn it? Ay, Diyos ko. Kamali. Lightning damage. So, where's that ring? Oh shit. So yeah, he's actually pretty tough. So. I'm just gonna stack the deck against this guy. Fuck that. Or I don't know. Yep, Ebrietas. Padoy ng pangalan eh, Scourge. frustrating fucking music ever. I'm just gonna show one last secret, then we kill the final boss in the game. Actually leads to the outside. I can't even remember where this leads. Oh, back here to the Alchemancery. Fish guy right there. Fucking piece of shit. Oh yeah, there's a frozen tome here. Yeah, forgot about that. So just in case you need to level up one of your boss weapons, I'm gonna go and attempt this guy. Anyway, when you kill him, you don't really have to, you know, progress into New Game Plus. You can sort of Bell of Awakening your way out. Or Bell of Return Awakening, Dark Souls 1. What's gay about the fight is that you take mandatory damage at the beginning. There's mandatory fall damage right at the start, so it's kinda unfair. He's a bit hard though. I won't say he's as easy as the other bosses. But if you have the golden wine, you barely notice anyway. It's pretty hard. But yeah, it's the mandatory fall damage that really pisses me off. It's just so unfair. You know what? I got the mossy ring. that's it. End of the game. I'm not, well, I'm gonna do the remaining bosses that I didn't fight later on, but not today. So, yeah, you guys were in and out, but thanks for sticking it out with me. So, yeah, hope you guys had fun. I sure as shit did. Let's just get all the way up to 19. So there. We did it. We actually did it. Typos ba, Sir Merle? Fun stuff, no? I mean, the game is pretty damn fun. I think not enough people appreciate games like this anymore, and they should, because it's actually a very fun thing to get into, you know. So I'm thinking of boosting endurance so I can carry a few more heavy stuff. But I think I want to have good armor. So yeah, beat the game. So all you have to do now is just go back to that boss room and rejoin. Yeah, I have to agree, Metroidvania games are pretty sick, yeah. This was actually a really challenging game. If it wasn't for the fact that it's so easily exploited, I think it would be a lot more fun. It's just too easy to, you know, to exploit, and yeah, as a result, it kind of makes the game a little bit boring. But, you know, the trick is, I guess, don't exploit the game, yeah. Two hits. So yeah, this is where you farm and grind for all sorts of stuff. The Jaws of Death are a pretty sick weapon, because the DPS you get off of it is just insane. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks, guys. If Sir Merle, if you want to watch the whole thing, the first part is pretty standard lang naman, so you can just watch this whole video if you want to see the skips and the exploits and the progress route that I took. Should give you a rough idea of how to pretty much blaze through the game, and the exploits are kind of explained. I talk a lot in it anyway. So yeah, and thank you for sticking around. I'll catch you guys another time, okay? Bye for now.